CTV News, Vancouver Island Report.
Good evening. Thank you for being here. We begin tonight in the Comox Valley, where a man is recounting a once-in-a-lifetime experience, one that he says others might not believe if he didn't have the pictures to prove it. It happened in a Comox Valley park. He was out for a bike ride when he came face to face with what he believes was a wolf covered in another animal's blood. He was frightened, but he had the presence of mind to pull out his camera and document what he saw. CTV's Gord Kurbis has the story. He joins us now with more. Gord.
Well, Hudson, as you and I both know, encounters with wildlife here on the Mid to North Island seem to be becoming more common these days. Obviously, we've all come across deer. Others are reporting having run-ins with bears or with cougars. But what one Comox man recently came across, even though he doesn't know exactly what it was, has certainly left him unsettled.
I would have been out here on my bike, and it was about here.
Brent Townsend is recounting where he first noticed an animal approaching him in an encounter he will never forget.
I just thought it was a dog that had gotten loose, and I actually spoke to it. I said, "What are you doing out?" And that was when, I was already looking kind of down at it, and that's when I noticed how slick its coat, the chest, neck, and forelegs were with what looked like dried blood.
As the animal made its escape away from him down this embankment towards Brooklyn Creek, Townsend began to realize it may not have been a dog at all, but rather a wolf. He quickly grabbed his camera and started shooting this footage.
Is that a wolf? It's covered in blood.
Wow, it's not even moving.
They walked right by me on the street.
A second cyclist approached the area, and the two watched and wondered if they were witnessing a very rare encounter, a wolf inside the town's boundaries.
As a photographer, this is great. That's why I came out to the island. There's so much right here.
Townsend isn't certain what he saw that morning and what he videotaped drinking from Brooklyn Creek in this very spot. But he thought, in case it is a wolf, he should probably start to warn people, because this is a very popular recreational area. So the next day, he told his story to two people who were running in the area, and they were shocked with what they heard.
I just commented to them that I thought I had seen a wolf, and they stopped in their tracks right away. They both chimed in unison, "What time?" And I told them 6:15. They looked at each other and said, "That's a perfect match."
A perfect match to an earlier wildlife encounter that happened just a few kilometers away.
The volume of the screams are what was really surprising, almost like a child's scream. It was almost human-like, but it was extremely loud.
Jim Stewart and his wife were a few of the homeowners in this Comox neighborhood awoken by the sounds of something killing a year-old deer.
It had a chunk out of its, the outside of its right hind leg, like the thigh. The rump end had been eaten right out of the thing. And so essentially what we had heard that morning, it had been eaten alive.
Conservation officers investigated and told Stewart it was unlikely that a bear or cougar was responsible for the attack. The damage looked more like what would have been done by a wolf or a pack of dogs. Townsend believes the two incidents likely are related. A conservation supervisor says the animal in the video looks more dog-like than wolf-like, but the video isn't clear enough. Either way, Townsend has an encounter he'll long remember. After looking at the footage, conservation officers say they can't completely rule out that this was a wolf, but say it does look like a domestic or wild dog of some breed. Brent's report is the only one that they've received in this area, and they say that the public so far shouldn't have any concerns. Hudson?
All right, Gord Kurbis reporting tonight. Gord, thank you.